or inheriting another class,
Yeah.
right? So
That
we
I
can
will
do it
explain in the next
practice.
example.
Okay.
Yeah, where do we need this exactly, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I will explain you in the next half an hour. We'll reach that point. Okay.
Okay, okay.
Now we have three types of things. One is a class. In class, all the things are all methods having body. That means all are concrete methods. Is everybody agree for that? Another one is abstract class. In that, some may have body, some may not have body. If you see here, all are having body. If you want to skip body of anyone, that means without body abstract, white display 2 is available here. At that time, you have to make this one as abstract. Is it clear? In abstract class, you can have both. That means abstract and concrete methods. There is a concrete method, another one display 3 is abstract here. Okay, clear? Sorry, display 2. Okay, in abstract class, we will be having, if you observe here, this is abstract class. You can have both abstract methods and concrete methods. In case of class, all methods are having body. That means all methods are concrete methods. Another type is there, interface. In interface, all methods are by default abstract. Okay? In interface, all methods are abstract. Now, is it clear? Class, abstract, and interface. Okay, in class, all methods have body. In abstract class, some methods have body, some methods do not have body. In case of another category, like class, something called interface is available. Inside that, all methods are abstract methods. Okay, that we will see by end of this class. Okay, and then I will explain you what is the use of without writing the method for some of the methods. Okay. Now,
Are you able to hear me?
yeah. Can you, Desha?
Yeah, yes, Venkata. Can you go to abstract class one?
What?
Can you go to abstract class one?
Okay, abstract class example 1. Yeah. Can you speak bit louder?
Okay, Venkata. We have a void display 3, right?
Yeah, correct. White display 3.
Yeah. So, like here, like we are not calling in example 1, like directly we are not defining like display 2 because we didn't add the abstract here, right? Is that correct?
Yeah. Once again, could you please repeat it? We have display 3 also here. After that?
Yeah. So, can you go to abstract example 2?
No. Your voice is breaking. Could you please repeat once more time, please?
Okay. Just give me a minute. Okay.
Dilip? Hello?
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah. Can someone explain me what Desi asked? Because I did not understand clearly.
Yeah, same here. Like I didn't quite understand.
Okay, maybe some due to noise, maybe.
Hello.
Desi, if you are okay, I will come back to you after 10 minutes. Because
Venkat, are you able to hear me now?
Yeah, it is clear now.
yeah, some noise is coming in between.
Yeah.
Okay, now tell me.
Yeah, so Venkat, like we have like display, void display 3 is there here. Okay.
Yeah, correct.
In abstract example 2, okay, so we have like not, in abstract example 3, if you go, so like we didn't actually add the override here because we didn't use abstract there. Is that?
In abstract 2,
Yeah. So we actually.
In abstract 2, can you explain one more time?
Yeah, in abstract 2, like if you want to add, any like if you want to call that method, and if you want to write anything within the body, Okay. So
In abstract 2 class about display method 3,
yeah,
wide display 3. Is this
Yeah.
one?
yeah. Can we do that? Like,
Yeah, we can do, absolutely. That is what we are going to discuss in another 10 minutes. Okay, we can write like this also. Okay, you can
Okay,
write. Though body is available in superclass, still if you want to override, you can override it.
okay. So without mentioning abstract in the example one, also we can do that. Like
Without mentioning
abstract.
abstract here. Correct. Yes. This we call it as overriding. Okay.
Okay.
Superclass has body. Similarly, subclass also having body. Okay. That means you are going to override the same function. Okay.
Okay.
That I will discuss it now. Okay.
Sure.
If you guys understand what he is telling is, in example 1, you have a method display 3 with body. In example 2 also, through inheritance, if you don't write like this, it will get by default. In abstract 2, can I provide body to display 3 once again? That is what Desha is asking. Yes, absolutely, we can write the body once again. This mechanism, we call it as overriding. Okay, some time back we have seen method overloading. Okay, there method overloading means having multiple methods with the same name but different in the signature. In case of method overriding, same signature also, whatever is there in superclass, same thing we are going to write in subclass, and inside that you are going to write some different functionality. Body inside that functionality might be different, but name is same. Okay. This is called method overriding. Okay, the concept of implementing same method with the same signature in superclass and subclass is called method overriding. Inside that method body, you write differently. Okay, I will explain you that now. Okay, we are going to do that one only. Now,
Hello.
Yeah. It looks like a very
hello.
Yeah.
Is able to hear?
Yeah.
Hello. Yeah. Okay. Now, this is method overriding class. Suppose here you have a method called white display.
Sorry.
Okay. This is from, instead of overriding, we'll write like.
Can you share the screen?
Yeah, 1 second. Okay, I'm going to write a class, super class. Okay, inside that I am writing a method display. This display is from sysout. This is from super class. Okay, now I have a method. Inside that method, I have some body. Okay, now same one I am going to extend in another class. Okay, I am creating a new class. 1 second. That class name is subclass. Okay. Now class username is subclass. In my subclass, I am going to extend superclass. Extends superclass. Extend superclass. Okay, through inheritance, whatever the display method available in superclass, I will get it to my subclass also. Okay, now if I want to call superclass, what I can do? I can superclass members, I can create an object for superclass, or else I can create an object for subclass, so that I can access superclass members also using subclass. Is it clear?
Yeah.
One second. Here I am going to create an object for superclass, and we will go step by step. Why is it required superclass and subclass? Okay, superclass object S1 equal to new superclass object. Sorry, new superclass. So I am creating an object for superclass. Okay, using that one, S1 dot S1 dot I can call display method. Okay, is this clear for everybody? There is a method display inside my superclass. If I want to access that, I create a method. Sorry, I create an object, and then I am going to access the methods of superclass using that object. Okay, this is superclass. That means from superclass, it is executing this and it is returning that. Now, here I have another method, wide display 2. Wide display 2. Now, here I have a method, wide display 2. This is from display 2 of subclass. Now, using S1, can I access or can I call display 2? Is it possible? Can you guys tell? Using S1, is it possible to call display 2? No, right? Because S1 is a object of without superclass object. Okay, see, it is like this. Our parent, they are super class, we are subclass. Okay, we will get it by default. But Monisasa is not possible. Whatever we will earn or whatever the properties we are having, that may not be applicable to our parents or superclass. Similarly, here display 2 is not available to superclass object S1. So always it is better if you create an object per subclass, you can access member both sub as well as class. Okay, is it clear? That is
even though it is not abstract, we can still do like this, right? I mean, I can create an object of the superclass in the sense we are not using the extents or abstracts.
Yeah.
Normally, if also, yeah.
Yes.
If it is the same package, I can do still, right? I mean, then what's the advantage of this?
Yeah, here advantage is, suppose here if you want to call, suppose display 1. You are asking what is the advantage of that extending, right? Here, if I want to call display, I can call it, because without creating the object for the superclass, I can access. because through inheritance, it became like one class members. If there is no extents here, what I supposed to do? Is this display available to me? No. Is it clear?
Yeah, in that case, I have to create an object of that class.
Yeah, correct. If you use extend, all superclass members will become like your own class members.
Okay.
If it is of one class, static to static, non-static to non-static, we can call without objects or any class names, right? That is the benefit of this, okay? Now, I think you guys understood what is the use of extend, right? Now,
Hello,
yeah.
Venkat.
Yeah.
Robin might be asking, like, what is the practical use in the suppose in case of any big programs, right? Like any
is super and subclass.
No, the extent why we are using all those things.
Correct. That practical one I will tell you. Suppose in automation or any GUI or anywhere, suppose I will tell you one example of automation. Okay, there is a method, click method is available. Okay, let me take one notepad, I will write that. There is a method, click method, okay? In Java, in Selenium, you consider it is there in some class X. So you created an object for X class. Okay, X is an object of some class where click is available, okay? This is how we call click method every time. So in case of testing, for everything we have to do either click or similarly there is a method called send keys. Okay, send keys is used to enter the values to your text field or text area. Okay, click is used for clicking elements like buttons or radio buttons. Okay, set boxes and all. Okay, like this one method is there. That method is available in some class. Consider, I will tell you, there is a class driver, you consider like this, driver. Okay, inside driver, what I have to do? Driver D equal to new driver. Like this, I will create object, okay, and then D dot click, D dot send keys, like this I will call. Okay, so in testing, everywhere, what you will do manual, generally consider manual one. Either you will click on something or you will get some data, you will read it. There is a method called get text. Okay, either you will do d dot get text. Like this, some methods are there. Okay, you will do click, either you will do send keys or you will get the text using get text. Okay, like these some methods. So every time before clicking, what we have to make sure whether that element is available or not, you have to make sure. Am I correct? So before clicking on this, here you will write some logic for wait to make sure whether element loaded or not. Element loaded or that button and all are called as elements. Similarly, before doing this send keys also, we have to wait, right? Based on some condition or some X path. Similarly, before reading text also, that text area is presenting or not, we will do that. Okay? So first thing, you will do click for send keys or get text. you will do that where we will do on particular web element. That means a button or a text field or text area or something else, right? So before that, what we will do, we will write some wait logic, 4-5 lines of wait logic to make sure whether element is loaded. How to figure out that element? For that element, something called XPath is available. Okay, based on that XPath, we will wait till that element loads. Okay, here consider this wait logic has 3 lines. Every time the changing thing is in that 3 lines XPath. It is just a string variable. Okay, XPath is just a string variable. When we start Selenium, you guys will understand. Okay, XPath tells the location of your element. Okay, suppose if you want to click on username text field, or if you want to click on some button, submit button, okay, it will be having the path of that element. So every time in this logic, changing thing is this XPath. So all these are common for every, here 3 steps are there for wait logic, another one is click. Similarly, wait logic, another 3 steps and send keys. Another 3 steps or 4 steps and then get text. Okay. So in a test case, to finish one test case, suppose log into Gmail. How many we will do? We will click on email text field and we will enter some text. One click. Okay, again click on password field, you will enter some password, click on submit and you will do. So like this, for one test case you will be doing either clicks or send keys or get text approximately maybe 10 to 15 or 20, 30 times, right? So every time, do I need to repeat all these things? Click in my test case, if I use 10 times, do I need to repeat all these things? No, right? Every time. So what I will do, I will write a method with the 4 steps. Okay, click method. Like that I will write one method, click method. And that method takes XPath as argument. Okay. Based on that, it will go and click. Like this I will write a method. Okay. Similarly, I will write methods for enter data. Okay. Click method. Okay. And enter data, another method, read data. So all these methods I will keep inside a class helper. Okay, so class helper has 3 methods. One is click method, another one is enter text method. Okay, enter text method, it will take string XPath where to enter your text and what is the text you want to enter. String data to be entered. That data whatever you will pass, it will enter there. Okay. Similarly, read one also. Like this, we have some methods. All these we will write inside an helper class. So in my testing, throughout testing, always I need click method, I need enter text, and I need get text, all these. So instead of writing every time these 4 lines, I created a methods. All the frequently used methods I kept, whatever the useful, very useful methods, I kept inside one class helper. Now I am going to automate my test case in some class XYZ. There, instead of creating object every time, if I write extend helper, this click method will become like my own method. Is it okay? Is it clear?
Yeah.
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 So now,
Yeah.
That is where we'll write some helper classes or most frequently used methods or anything, most frequently used ones In some classes, those classes we will extend there so that no need to create object. It will be considered like your own class members and you can access those members. Okay? That is where this inheritance will help us no need to create object. It comes like our own class members. Okay? Robin, is it clear?
Yeah, it's clear. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Now I am extending superclass. Okay. If I create object for subclass, I can access both superclass members as well as subclass members also. If this is a member of this is an object of subclass. Okay. 1 second. Subclass, and instead of superclass, I am creating the object for subclass. Subclass S2 equal to new subclass. Okay, is it clear till here?
So display, you need to enter S2.display, Venkat, right?
Yes, correct. If you using S2, you can access both S2.display 2 as well as S2.display also from superclass also. S2. If I create S2, here I can see display and display 2. That means both superclass members as well as subclass members, I can access it without creating object. Okay. Now we will go to something called overriding. S2 dot, 1 second. Display. S2 dot display. Is it clear? If you create for superclass, if you create an object for superclass, you can access only superclass members. If you access a subclass object, you can access members of both superclass and subclass. Is it clear till here?
Yes.
Yeah. Now I will tell you one point. You guys can remember this forever. It will be useful everywhere in Java. Okay. A superclass reference variable. Superclass reference variable can point to subclass object. This is required always. Okay. Maybe generally whenever you are creating object, what we will do, suppose if I want to create an object for class A, what I will do, A space an object name equal to new A, like this I will do, right? Here also you can observe. In Java, this is multi-line comment, /*, okay, /* and some comment you write, and at the end */. Okay, this is multi-line comment. If you want to comment a single line, you can keep it like this //. Okay, it will comment a single line. These are the two. Yeah.
How did you selected both the lines and commented it once for the starting and ending, right? How did you do that?
Yeah. For example, I will show you here. I am selecting these three. Selected, right?
Okay.
After that, Control Shift question mark. You press 3 at the same time. Control Shift question mark. Okay.
Okay.
It
Got it.
will do the multi-commenting. Okay. Now, this is how we'll create generally object, right? Here same superclass, again here superclass. Superclass object we are creating and assigning to a reference variable of same class. Okay. Now another one, just now I mentioned another point, a subclass object. can be pointed by a superclass reference variable. So what is the superclass here? Class name I gave it as superclass, right? Superclass. This is also possible, correct? You can do that. Okay? Is it okay, clear? This is also possible. We will see later. Okay, just for understanding that, I am telling this is also absolutely correct. But vice versa is not possible. Okay, subclass object, subclass reference variable cannot point to superclass object. Okay? Now, we will go to another one called method over. Yeah. Is anyone asking question? It's not clear. Hello?
No, we are good.
Shall I proceed?
Yes, please.
Yeah. Now I am going to see something called overriding. Okay, if you see superclass, inside superclass, here I will do one more thing. I will create an object This is not related to that one. Earlier I mentioned we have to always create an object for subclass, right? That is the reason for understanding I am changing it to subclass only. So let's do this one also will come. Okay. Regarding this example, for that point, that is also possible. Superclass, this is super. Okay. Now, some time back, they asked me a question. If you have a method in superclass, okay, here use control click on. Okay, whenever you move the cursor to some class name or method name, if you suppose superclass is there, control I move it to superclass. If you press on control, okay, control key, you will get a hyperlink. Just if you click on that, it will move to that class. Okay. Now here white display is there. Same display if I want to implement here, that means overriding. Okay. Same thing we can do. Okay, wide display. Okay, here what you can do is sysort this display is from subclass method. Okay. Now in previous case, here this method, this display method is from superclass display. Okay, both the methods are having same signature. Name and number of parameters are everything is same in both super and subclass. In that scenario, always priority will be given to whenever you call display. Okay, with superclass object, if you call, no problem, because in superclass there is no ambiguity because only one is there, right? So superclass S1 object is there. With S1, if you call, this S1 is object of superclass. Inside that superclass, only one display is there. So it will execute only this display method. Here, no doubt for anybody, right? This is clear, right? Because you have created an object of superclass, from that you are accessing it. So here nothing is there. Just one method is there, you are calling that one. If I want to call using S2, okay, S2. In S2 display, if I write like this, what happens? Or else you forget about this. Okay, here I have some other method. I am going to write something called wide display data method or call display method. Okay. Is it okay, clear? Here, wide display method. Okay, here, how many display methods are available inside this class? One display here, right? Same one from superclass, we got another method, another display, but maybe we are unable to see that one because through inheritance we got it. The same method comes to subclass also. Okay, but it will be like hidden one, we cannot see, but it is like our own member. So this method also we got through inheritance. Inside that body is different. Same method we have in subclass also, but the body is different. Here, two display methods are there. If I call display here, because this is one non-static method can call another non-static methods of same class without object, right? That is the reason without object I am calling this one. Okay, display. Okay, spelling mistakes. Sorry, we will make all the same. Display. Same here also. Here also wrong spelling is there. Okay, let it be the wrong one only, no problem. Everywhere same is there. Is it clear? There is a method display that is available in subclass as well as superclass. Here, through the thumb rule, non-static can access another non-static. That is the reason this call display method is able to access display, or it can access display 2 also, because all these are non-static methods.
Yeah,
Okay.
can you run and show the results once?
Yeah, sure. I will run that. Okay. Now, let me comment this. I will come to this point again. Now, this display method I want to call in main. How to call? Using object, right?
Right.
Because this is a static main, I am going to call display method. So now tell me, what is it showing here? Let me display this comment, this one also. So it is unnecessarily confusing for us. Now run it one more time. Now see here, you will understand. Program starts from here, it goes to call display. Inside call display method it is trying to call, right? So it has two displays here. One is subclass display, whatever is highlighted here. Another one is superclass display, which got through inheritance. Okay, which one it is calling? It is calling subclass display method. That means this one. Okay, when you are doing overriding, method overriding, always priority will be given to your subclass method. It is like this. You guys heard about this, right? When we have same variable names in local as well as in instance variable names, then first priority will be given to local variable names, right? Similarly, here also, when superclass and subclass are having same methods with the same signature, then always priority will be given to subclass 1. Then here my requirement is consider I want to call superclass 1. How can I call? There is a keyword called super. Using super, if you call, then first priority will be given to superclass 1. Okay? Now let me see. Constructor must be the first statement in the constructor. Give me a minute, I will check this. Generally, to call superclass members, when there is a same method in both subclass and superclass, we will use super. Okay? And always super should be the first statement. Here, this is first statement, still it is showing error. I will check and let you know this. Okay? Okay, I will check and let you know, guys. This one. Okay.
And where do you use this? Will that
Super?
be? Yeah.
Yeah, in subclass, you have 100 methods. Okay. In that 100, 2 are overridden methods from superclass. Okay. In subclass, remaining 98 different methods. If you want to use that method from superclass. In that, because body is different in 2 ways, here and there. Okay. In that scenario, if you want to use superclass method, you must use super dot that method name. Okay.
So instead of that, I can create object of the superclass and call that from the superclass, right?
Yeah, that also we can do. If you create object, it will come through inheritance. By default, we got it right. So object. If you create, okay, no problem. Without object also we can do. In that scenario, if you want to call especially superclass 1, we have to use the keyword super. Okay. That I will check and let you know what is the issue here. Okay. Now, this is called method overriding. You can have same methods in both superclass and subclass with the same signature also. That is called method overriding. Okay. Now we can have methods in both super and subclass. All methods of superclass can be inherited to subclass through extents. That means through inheritance. Now my intention is I want to avoid inheritance, some of the methods inheritance from superclass to subclass. Is it possible or not? There is a way, okay, using that if you use that one, you cannot override that one. Okay? Now I will tell you.
Can you run with that? I think display to calling display to is commented, right? Can you? When earlier you run the class, right? For the result, so I think you commented something and run, right?
Okay, this one?
Yeah.
Shall I run?
Yes.
See here it will call display method. So inside display, okay, display 2 is there. So it is executing display 2. Here in super something is there, I am missing something. We'll go through that one and I will explain this after this. Okay. With brackets. Here this one.
Super dot you give. Super dot.
Okay, super dot. Okay, sorry, I missed that one. Super dot display.
Yeah.
Okay. Now it will run that one. So super dot display means first one it should call super class. One, this is the super class one. So first it is printing that one. Is it clear?
Yeah.
Actually, that parenthesis we should not use. It seems in case of constructor, maybe it's required. Super dot method name or variable name, and super. And if you write super and parenthesis, that it indicates super class constructor. It seems okay. Now, something called overriding we have seen. Same method can be available in both super and subclass. Sometimes if I want to avoid overriding in subclass, so there is a way. That means if somebody extends, they will get all these methods. If they want to use my method only instead of overriding, I can do something called restricting that overriding. How to do that one? There is a keyword called final. If you write final keyword for your method final, then this method cannot be override in subclasses. Okay? Now, till now no issue. If you go and see here, it will show override method. You cannot do this because it is a final. Okay? Is it clear? So final usage is to restrict the overriding of the methods. Okay? If you want to avoid some methods overriding in the next subclasses, you can declare those methods with final. Okay? Similarly, you can use the same final with variables also. With variables, if you use, what happens? Whenever you use final keyword with variables, that means this is the final value. For this, you cannot add it. That means it acts like a constant. Okay? Final int x is equal to 100. If you write like this, so always will create object for subclass. Okay, inside subclass, if I want to access, I can access. See, x is there. Using s2 dot x, I can print x value. So here I am printing value x, that is 100. If I want to modify that x, s2 dot x equal to 200. Okay, it is not allowed. If it is a normal variable, we can modify the value of that variable at any point of time. But if you declare a variable as final using final keyword, you cannot override that value, or you cannot change the value of it. That means it is a constant. Okay, so usage of final is one is with variable. With variable, if you use, it acts like a constant. Okay, constants values we cannot change. Okay. Another one, if you use with the methods in its subclasses, you cannot override that method. That means it prevents or restricts overriding. Another one, you can use final keyword with class names also. See, here I have superclass and subclass. Two are there. 1 second. Let me comment this because I am trying to override a constant value. It is not possible. Okay. Now we have superclass and subclass. If you want to avoid the inheritance, maybe due to some other reasons, okay, in that scenario, if you write a class as final, okay, that inheriting that class is not possible. Okay, so you can avoid inheriting your classes by using final keyword before your class name. Okay, so remove final for superclass. That means this superclass is a final, having final keyword. That means others cannot extend that class. That is the reason it is showing this. Okay, is it clear? So if you use with the class, that class cannot be inherited. Okay. Most of the places we are not going to use these two. Only the advantage what we are going to get with final is most of the times for declaring constants we'll use final. Okay. So this is about final. Any doubt in final? And something called super. In case of overriding, we have observed one of the advantages of super when super name and superclass and subclass has same methods. In that scenario, to access superclass members. To access superclass members. Okay. Similarly, here members in the sense both methods and variable. Just now we have seen one simple program with the super using a method. Okay. Not only method, you can use variables also. Suppose here you have int x equal to 100. Okay, in subclass also, if you have a variable int x equal to 200. Sorry. In both the classes, variable names are same. At the time, whenever you access, suppose here, in display, here you are going to print x. always it will print the value of. So we will call display2 method here. s2.display because display is an instance method. Okay, so object is required. Now if you run this, we can see 200. So this display2, just we are printing the value of that one. Okay, here superclass and subclass both are having same variable with the same name. Okay, same variable with the different values. In that scenario, always priority will be given to subclass variable name, right? If I want to access particularly superclass variable, in that scenario you use super.x. Okay, now instead of 200, it should print 100 because superclass has 100. Is it clear? Let me explain you this super once more time maybe.
And where do you use the keyword this in this scenario?
Pardon?
There is a keyword this.
This will not come into picture here. This is used to differentiate between local variables and instance variables.
Instance variables. Okay, got it.
Super come into picture when there is a same name in superclass as well as in subclass.
Okay.
And here superclass 1, just now we have seen x same variable is available in subclass also x. It is having 200 in subclass. In any of these methods, if you are going to use that, okay, then always priority will be given to subclass object x only. In that scenario, if you want to access superclass variable, you must write super.
Super, okay.
Okay. Now, similarly, here methods also, here we have display method, right? Same, similarly, we have another display here also, two display methods are there. Okay, display here, I am removing the final. Okay, here display method and subclass display also same as superclass display. There is no difference between signature method and number of arguments and type of arguments, everything is same. Okay, but inside body is different. At that time, if you call display, which one will be executed? Always local sub 1. That means subclass 1 will be executed. So output should be this display is from subclass method. We should get this. This display is from subclass method. But my intention is here I want to access superclass 1. Okay, then we should use super dot. Okay, this member can be a variable or a method. When you have same name in both super and sub, if you want to access superclass 1, you must use super. Okay, now output should be, instead of subclass method, it should execute superclass. Okay. This is from superclass. In output, did you guys observe?
Yes.
Now, this super is used to access the class members, that is superclass members. How to access? Using super dot variable name or super dot method name. When it will come into picture, when there is a same name, otherwise there is no conflict at all.
Okay.
Right? Now, we can do one more usage is there with super. Using super, we can call super class constructors also. Super class constructor. Okay, we can call super class constructor. This we have to do from subclass constructor only. Okay, this we should do from subclass constructor, and it should be first statement in the subclass constructor. Okay, we will see that also. Okay, now we have a constructor display. Okay, sorry, a class, super class. Inside that we have a method display, and I am going to write a constructor for this. This is how we write constructor. Another constructor, I have constructor with one parameter into 10 or something. Okay, my intention is, suppose here into p is there, to initialize that p, I am writing a constructor. Okay, using that parameterized constructor, I am going to write. Okay, p equal to x and some sorry, and I am going to write that value p also. Okay, just I am assigning it and then I am printing here. Okay, now as I said, subclass also will be having constructors, right? Okay, so subclass I can write one more int c comma int d. Okay, while creating the object, if I pass two arguments, it will take one argument and it will assign value to this x, one value to this object initialization. Okay, sorry, c value, and super class 1, if I want to initialize super class object also, super of what it will expect, you pass those values. Okay, is it clear here? Now whenever you are calling super class constructor, your statement should be the first statement of your constructor, otherwise it will throw error. That is the reason here it is showing error. Okay, super D. When I create object, what I will do, I will pass arguments, some value 100, 200. So it will take subclass constructor will take these values. It will initialize subclass object instance variables, and it will pass some of the values to superclass also. C value it is assigning to X, and D value it is taking and going to superclass. There it is going to assign value to superclass also. Is it clear? Super can be used in non-static members only. We should not use in static members. Like in main is a static method, here I should not use super. Okay, always super should be used in a non-static. That means all these are non-static methods because there is no static keyword. Okay, now if I run this program, first it should execute object creation statement. Where is that? 1 second. This is the object creation statement. Here subclass constructor will be called. In subclass constructor, first statement is calling superclass constructor. It will go here. It will assign value to P. Okay, that whatever you are passing second argument, it will be assigned to P and it is printing that value. Okay, second argument whatever we pass here is 200. Okay, that 200 is going to superclass constructor. There it will be assigned to superclass instance variable. Is it clear? So using super, you can access superclass members when both super and sub are having same name. That can be a variable name or method name. Another advantage is using that we can call superclass constructor also, but the statement should be the first statement in subclass constructor. Okay, and one more is super cannot be used in static context. That means in static methods. Okay. Similarly, we discussed about some time back this keyword also cannot be used in static context. Also cannot be used in static context. Is it clear? So in inheritance, we understood what is a superclass and what is subclass. The class whose properties are getting inherited, that class is called superclass. The class which is getting the properties is called subclass. Okay, so that is how. Always we should create an object for subclass because subclass has both superclass and subclass properties. So if you have object of subclass, you can access both the classes property, both class properties. Is it clear? One more thing is final. In case if you want to avoid method overriding, okay, that means in same method whatever is there in superclass, if you want to override with a different functionality in subclass, it is also possible. That concept if you want to avoid and if you want to make sure your method only the last implementation and others who will extend your class are not allowed to provide body to your method, in that scenario you make it as final method. If you write a method as final, it cannot be overridden. Okay, similarly final can be used with a variable also. If you write or if you declare any variable as final, it acts like a constant. So its value cannot be modified further. Okay. Similarly, you can use, yeah.
Can you give an example of this final for automation?
Final?
Yeah. So where do we use final in this automation scripts?
Yeah. Okay. I will write. See, as I said some time back, helper and all, we have some helper, right? I mentioned some helper. Here, sometimes, even though paid available here, before clicking, sometimes we'll write a statement called sleep or sometimes wait. Okay? Sleep. In that sleep, you are going to mention some time period, wait for this much time period. If it is a simple one, for simple elements, 2000 is enough. Okay? If it is some window opening related operation, their page may take like 10 seconds or 15 seconds sometimes. In that scenario, here if you write a variable, okay, or else if you are using the same one like this in another place also, sleep. 2000 like this here in another places. Some are like minimum sleep, like 5 seconds, some are like maximum. So in other places, you will give like 15 seconds everywhere. In that scenario, if you declare a variable here, and if you are going to use it for everywhere, same, minimum means this much. Suppose final means sleep time. Final int min sleep time. Equal to 2000 milliseconds or 5000 you can give. And like this, if you declare some constants, whoever is going to use some sleep time based on their requirement, instead of writing their own things, they are going to use this one. Okay? And whenever you are going to write or whenever you are going to use these sleeps, you can 2000, 3000 like that, depends upon your interest, any number. If you are going to use the same thing in another place also multiple times, okay, for us we may not get any error. If you want to check in this code to some of the repositories like Git, where we will check in the code. That is a code repository where we will check in our code and will store it. Okay, whenever we write new test cases, we'll check into that Git repository. At that time, to follow the Java standards, they will check always, instead of here 2000, you have to use a final constant. Okay, it will throw you some of the errors, like instead of using 2000, it is a constant value, right? You use constant variable. Create a constant like this, min sleep time or something. Instead of using this 2000 2 times or 3 times, everywhere you use this constant name, min sleep time or max sleep time. Okay, what happens if you don't fix that Sonar issues? This is a Java standard checker. Sonar is a program, it will check the Java standards. If you are using like this sleep time 2000 like this in everywhere in your programming, suppose 10 times, it will say 2000 constant is used multiple times, so you declare a constant and use it every time. That is what it will show the error. Without fixing that, you cannot check in your code to that repository. Is it clear?
Yes, thanks, Venkat. Venkat, I just need to step out for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll catch up.
Okay. By then, just we'll go through whatever we discussed today. Okay? And you can join in another 5-10 minutes and then we can.
All right, thank you, Venkat.
Yeah. Is it clear? When do we use constants? Or in some places, if you don't want to change the value of some of the things at that time, the scenario can be anything. Okay, here this is one. Okay?
Yeah, for the constant it is clear. I am asking about the class. So you can mention final for the class also, right?
Yeah, class also we can mention. When do we use that one, right? Yeah. Let me explain that. Suppose in your class, if you have some methods which you don't want to expose or some data is available which you don't want to expose to others. In that scenario, you can avoid that one. But exact usage, even I did not use it till now, that final. Okay?
Okay.
But that is the usage of that one. Okay? But where it will be useful, even I am not sure, I will check and let you know that one. Okay?
Okay, thanks.
Yeah. This is how we'll use super, and another one is abstract. So methods which do not have body should contain abstract keyword. Okay, so abstract methods and abstract classes. Abstract methods how to write without any body we will write, right? So abstract methods like abstract white display. Like this without body, if you are going to write a method, in that scenario you have to specify abstract. Similarly, abstract with class also. Okay, that if your class has any methods, that means any methods with abstract, that means abstract method, then it is called as abstract class. Okay, is it clear till here? So shall we wait for 5-10 minutes till Mahesh joins? 5 minutes.
Yeah, Venkat. Robin, Adesanya, are you able to follow?
Yes, Arun, I'm able to follow.
Yeah, if anyone is facing problem, let me know so that we will go little slow or I will explain one more time. Okay, if not understand, please let me know.
I'm able to follow. Yeah.
Okay, fine, good. Till now, whatever we have
Robin,
seen.
you are able to follow?
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah.
Okay. So,
Because one question, that sleep one you mentioned, that is specifically to the this selenium, right? That's a keyword used in selenium, right?
yeah, correct. They only we used it.
Okay.
Actually, every programming language is having so many, right? But we may not use all and we may not require also all. Some of the things, if you go to Selenium, just if you know how to write a class and how to access the static members, non-static members, and how to extend a class, just how to override and how to handle an exceptions, we will see in tomorrow's class or next class. Okay, these things are fine. This final, super, all these things.
No,
most of the
Robin,
times
I think sleep is not a selenium
that
related.
can be used anywhere.
Yeah.
Wherever you want to wait your program for some time, we will use it there. Okay. If you go to threads, multi-threading and all there, we will use this sleep most of the times.
So do we use multi-threading in the Selenium Venkat?
No. It's not required. Okay.
It is just core Java, is enough to write Selenium programs.
Exactly.
Got it.
So, just
I think whatever we discussed is, if you know thoroughly, then you can go ahead with the Selenium also. I feel.
exactly. One more thing, package and exception handling is required.
Yeah,
If
yeah.
you know those two also, then we can start Selenium. By the time we start Selenium, all of you please go through this class, how to write a class, how to access those members in another class. Okay?
Okay.
In addition to that, if you understand this, that is fine. No need to keep in our mind always these things. But sometimes we will say, I am going to extend this class. The class has these many properties or methods, so I will get this without writing in my class. At that time, you will be in confusion. What is this extending and all? Okay?
Okay.
So by the time Mahesh join, we'll go through all the concepts once, whatever we covered till today. Okay. So all of you understand class, how to write a class, right? So in class, we can have variables and methods, right? So these methods and variables, we call it as members. So class members are variables and methods. In addition to that, recently we discussed something we can write in addition to methods and variables. Those are called constructors, right? So class members are variables, methods, and constructors. Later we can add something else also, something called blocks and all. Okay, that is not required. We don't use here. Okay, and we are not going to cover it here. Okay, blocks like that. So members of class can be variables, methods, constructors, and blocks. Okay, now method is similar to a function in our C programming. When it comes to variables and methods, we have two types. Okay, one is static, another one is non-static. If you write a keyword static before your member, okay, those members are called static members. If you are not going to write the keyword static, those are called non-static. Okay, in addition to this, in case of variables, we have something called local variables. The variables which are declared inside any particular method and the parameters are called as local variables. Okay, is it clear? So constructors. Constructor is like a function or like a method, but it doesn't have any return type, and his name is same as class name. Okay, we can have n number of constructors in your class. Whenever you create an object, its corresponding or matching constructor will be executed. Okay, so in a class you can have n number of constructors with different parameters, number of parameters and type of parameters. By default, if you don't have any constructors in your class, by default JVM will provide you a default constructor. Always it will be executed. Okay, if you write any constructor, JVM will not provide you the default constructor. Okay, now you have static methods and static variables. Similarly, non-static methods and non-static variables. So, how to access static members? That member can be either a method or a variable. How to access those in some other class? Using static members, we can access using class name. If it is a non-static, that means non-static method or non-static variable, you have to create an object for that class where these members are available using object name dot that member name. Here I am telling object, it is called as reference also. Exact thing is reference variable to the object. Okay, now till now whatever we have seen sometime back, not in Java, C programming and all, you cannot have same method multiple times. That means a method name cannot be reused again. But in case of Java, you can write multiple methods with the same name but different in the signature. Signature in the sense type of arguments and number of arguments. Whatever I am saying, is it understandable or just are you guys able to recollect whatever we have discussed and whatever the programs we have tried?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, fine, good. So we can write multiple methods with the same name and different in the signature. This concept we call it as method overloading. Okay. Now I have a class. If I want to access this class members in some other class, there I have to create an object for my class and I can access. Without object, I cannot access either object or if it is a static class name. Okay, there is a something called inheritance. Okay, using that some other class members also I can use in my class through this inheritance concept. Then what is it and how to achieve it? There is a keyword called extends. Okay, if you use extend and if you write that class name after extends, that class members will be available to your class. That looks like your own class members. Then whatever the rules applicable for your own class members, all are applicable for that class members as well. So without creating object, you can access those without class name also you can access those if those are static. Okay.
Okay, so one
Yeah.
question. So the overriding comes with inheritance and overloading comes with constructor, right?
Overloading comes with methods also. In one class, if I have method which adds 2 integers, another add method with addition of 3 integers, like that. Okay. So overloading comes with single class also. That can be method overloading or constructor overloading, anything. But method overriding comes in case of inheritance, super and sub. Okay. In super and sub, here also overloading is also possible, because on top if you have a add method with 2 parameters, in subclass if you have a add method with 3 parameters, so obviously this is method overloading only, right? Clear? Now we'll go to something called abstract. Okay. So methods which has body, we call those methods as concrete methods. All classes are concrete, having concrete methods. That means if it is a class, you must provide body for all the methods. Another one is an abstract class. If you want to avoid implementation or body, if you don't want to provide body to a method, you declare those methods, and before that method you use a keyword abstract. That means you are not going to provide body for that method. If any class that contains abstract, then that class must be declared as abstract. That means it's an abstract class. You cannot make it as a class. Though it is having class keyword, it's a special class, abstract class. Okay? In abstract class, you can have both abstract methods and concrete methods. And another one, third category we will see later, that is called interface. In that, all methods are abstract methods. Okay? So class is fully implemented, interface is all abstract. The intermediate one in between these two is abstract class, which has both concrete methods and abstract methods. That means some with body, some without body. Okay? If you are not going to write body, then who will provide you the body? Okay, the guy who is going to extend this class, they must provide the body. Otherwise, they have to declare their class also as abstract, as they will get some of the abstract methods through inheritance. If they provide body, well and good. If they are unable to provide, they must declare their class also as abstract, because it is having some of the abstract methods through inheritance process. Okay, for abstract class, you cannot create an object. Okay, now we will go to something called the super and subclass. Okay, in a super class and subclass, if you have same members, that member can be a variable or a method. With the same, if it is a method, same class, method name and the same signature. In that scenario, in subclass, if you access, always it accesses the subclass members when it has the same name in both super and sub. In that scenario, if my question is I want to access super class members, at that time use super keyword. Okay, super dot variable name or super dot method name. Using super, we can call super class constructors also. This should be the first statement inside subclass constructor. Okay.
Okay.
And after that, we have something called final. Okay. Final also we can use with variables, methods, and before class name. If you use with variable, that means it is a constant. If it is with method, that means you are going to restrict the overriding of that method. Another one is before class also. Okay, if you are going to write before class, that means other members cannot inherit this class. That's it. Okay. And one more thing we forgot about this, when instance variable names and local variable names are same, always priority will be given to local variable names. In that scenario, my intention is I want to access instance variable name. Okay, we should use the keyword this. Okay, so this can be used to refer to current class object or instance variables, and this is used within the non-static context only. It should not be used in static context. That means inside static methods. Similarly, super also cannot be used in static context. Okay.
Okay, I'm back, Venkat. Thanks.
Yeah. 1 minute. Give me a minute. I will be. Half an hour. Okay. Yeah, shall we continue?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Till now, we have seen so many classes, right? All the classes, are you guys able to see my screen?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And Package Explorer, I have a project called Example. Okay. Under Example, I have something called SRC, source code. Okay. Under source code, I have something called default package. Okay. What is package we will see today. After that, we will see some of the members. Till now we have discussed about public is some of the places we are seeing public, right? Hello?
Venkat, I'm hearing echo.
Yeah, even I am facing the same. Is it clear now? Hello?
Yeah, now it seems to be clear.
Yeah, just some time back, even I got some echo sound.
Yeah, it's fine now.
Yeah. Okay, we have seen till now classes under here under source. We have something called default package. Okay, so what is package we will see. After that, here before class or method name public static void main. If you observe here, we have something called public. What is the meaning of it? Okay, what is the relation between this public and this default package and all? We will see today. Okay, now what class contains some methods or variables, right? That is clear for everyone, right? So if you want to access these members in some other class, how do? We will create an object and we will access it, right? using object or class name. Okay. Now, in any project, all classes we will write like this, and based on our class, we will categorize all these into some packages. Okay. So what is package? A group of classes, a group of related classes is called a package. Suppose in a big project, something related to network, something related to some X, something related to Y, overall project concern related to 10 different areas. In that, we will create 10 different packages. Okay. Inside that package, whatever the classes related to that area, we will keep all in one place. That is called a package. We can consider it like a folder. In one folder in our system, what we will do? Personal or photos. In photos folder, we will keep all photos. In code, Java code, in Java folder, we will keep all Java related files. Softwares, all softwares will like this categorization. Okay, this is useful. Easily we can identify or we can avoid some name spacing issues also. Okay, so then how to create a package? Okay, actually package creation and all, it is very simple, just through see if you write file new, and here we can see something called package. If you are writing manually coding on top of your, see here, suppose if you are going to write this code manually, instead of this, here before this class name, you have to write something called package keyword. What is the folder name you want to give? Like this, you have to something, you have to specify like this. Okay. Now, what we are going to do here, what we are going to cover in this session is, we are going to create our own package through IDE. So, I am going to write a package. Okay, it is like a folder. So, package, some, what we can give, automatic. Or networking, anything we can give. Okay. So did you guys observe here left side? I got something in square, right? Networking. That is a package. Inside that package, you can create a class. That class can be anything. See here, whenever I select networking and right click and click on class, by default it will go to that package. Okay. Now here I am going to write test one class. So it created under this. Okay. Now you guys observe here on top of your class name there is something called package networking. One line newly added. If you observe our previous classes, there is no package statement, because when we created a new project, by default it will create a default package. Okay, inside that only we are going to create all the classes. If you guys want, you can see here I am going to create new class under default package. Here if you see package name, it is showing empty. Did you guys observe? That is the default one, it doesn't have anything. Okay. Now, like this, you can group related classes into one package. Okay. Now, what is package? Package is a collection of classes or abstract classes or interfaces. Nothing but a group of classes. See here, this is a package. Inside package, what we will be having? Multiple classes are abstract classes or interfaces or something, right? So all these are classes. C means class, AC means abstract class. It can have anything. Okay? Then another one, interface. We will see tomorrow what is interface. Okay? Another one, again you can write one more class. Like that you can write another class. Like that, n number of related classes, abstract classes or interfaces you group into one single one. That we call it as package. Okay? Is package clear? Now, this is a package. This package has one class. What is that class name? Subclass, sorry, test class. Okay. In every class, first statement starts with package. Okay. If it is not default package one. Okay. Now, here I have a method. Consider public void display. And I have a variable private int p. Okay, these things I am going to access here inside my some other class package example. Okay, so I have classes like this. It is there in some other one. In my default one, I'm going to write some package demo. If I want to access that P in this package demo, what I supposed to do? Tell me now. Hello? Yeah, you guys can speak now.
Sorry, what was the question?
Here I have a class test, right? In package, networking package, I have a class test. That test has two members. One is P and another one is a display method. Now, in my default package, I created another class. There, I am trying to access these members. How can I access? Correct. Create an update and then access, right? So, test T equal to new test. Okay. Is it clear? Any doubt here? Please answer me so that I will understand.
You have any doubt on that?
Anyone? Any one of you
No,
has any doubt?
yeah, we can also extend it, right? Like we can also inherit it, right?
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
You can either extend or create. Okay.
Okay.
Now, even if you are going to extend also, EXTENDS extends test. If you write that, even in that scenario also, here syntax anything, no, everything is perfect, right? Even though it is showing error, because it is a class of some other package. Okay? It is a class available in some other package, not in the same package where package demo class is available. Package demo class available inside default package, test class is available in some other package, right? If you are going to access any class, because why do we need class? To access the members of that class, right? So I may extend that class or I may create object. After that, I can access the members of that class, right? Now, here package demo class is trying to extend or import. Let me see, extend I will explain later. I am going to create an object. In that scenario also, it is showing the same error because if you are going to use a class of some other package, you must import that class first. This is like, everyone knows C programming, right? If I want to use CLR SCR function, which is used for clear screen, what I have to do? I have to include conio.h. I have to write first statement, right? Or include stdio.h, right? So some of the header files will include. Why? This CLR SCR function is available in that header file. Similarly, if I want to use test here, okay, test. If I want to use this test class here, first I have to include that in my program, okay, because it is not available in the same package where I am writing the code. If you are going to access some other package classes in your code, you must import that class first, okay? That is this import, okay? Import package name dot class name, okay? Is it clear? Now, that error is not there. T.display, I can access T.display without any issue. So what is import? Import is a keyword, okay? And why is it required? This is used for importing or including some of the classes which are available in some other package to your Java file, okay? Is it clear?
Yeah, it is clear.
Yeah. Similarly, when we go for automation also, there like this click method or some other methods, so many methods, predefined methods are given by Selenium people. They have written classes like this. Inside that class, they have written some methods like click, send input keys like that, something. Whatever they have written inside, that doesn't matter for us. For us, the thing is that method, where is it available? Okay, it is available in some class X. Okay, we will create an object for that class X, and using that X class object, we will call that method. Before that, that is not in my package, right? That class also. So first I have to import that class also using this import statement. Is it clear? If you want to access any class, okay, why do we need a class? To access the members of that class. That is secondary. Okay, first we have to access class and then create object for that. Using that object, access the members of that class. Okay, so for that, first if you want to get that class, you have to import it. If you don't import that class, it will show error. Okay, similarly, if you are going to do extend also, same thing. Extends test. If you write like this, it will say, I don't know test, what shall I do? Okay, it is telling I don't have any test in this package. Okay, there is a test package in some other package, networking. Shall I import that? Like that, is it giving an hint to you? So you click on that import test, then automatically it will do that. It will add a statement above, right? So how to create a package we know, and then how to write a class inside package we know, because just click on that package, right click and create a class. And now we know how to access classes available in one package in another package, okay, through import. Is it clear? Now, I am successfully imported it, and I am able to access display method also. Now let me write something in my display so that we will understand is it executed or not. Okay, this is from test class. display method. You guys don't confuse because I am telling only simple X and display and all. You don't think like why only display and X, because just how functionality works that matters for us when it comes to testing or anything. Later inside this display, whatever the code you want, you can write those many lines of code, depends upon your requirement. Okay. Now test.display. Now I am going to run this. So what will be the output? It should create an object for test class and where is that? Sorry, package demo. Okay, it created an object and it successfully. Sorry, instead of running package demo, I executed subclass.java. Okay, we should not run that package demo. Okay. See now, it created object. Using object, it called display method, which is available in test class. So it is executing and whatever is there inside that display method, it is printing here. Now I want to access here. What is the another member here? Tell me. P. P is another member, right? If I want to access P here, how to access? Object name dot P. What is the object name? T. Dot P. If I see here T dot, it is not showing P. It is showing only display method. Generally, whenever I create an object for some class, for example, test class, whatever the members available in this, it should list here. It is not listing. Okay, if I write P, it is telling I cannot see P. Though P is available in test class, here I have object also, but still I am unable to access it. The reason is P is declared it as private. Okay? You guys understood? P is declared as private. Similarly, you write this one also as private. We will see what is it and where and all we can access it. See now, this guy display also showing. I cannot see or change the visibility of display method to something else protected. What is protected? We'll see. He is telling, please change the visibility of it. Okay. So you understood this public, private. We will discuss it now. So one is import. If you are going to use any class, first you have to import it. If it is in same package, no need to write import statement like this. Is it clear? Now, yes. After that, even though if I am able to import or extend, after importing I am able to create object or extend, still I am unable to access some of the members because of their visibility. In test class, this private, I made P as private and display also as private. So what is this visibility? We call this as access specifiers. Where this can be accessible or visible will be decided by the access specifiers. Okay? Access specifiers are some keywords which decides where this value can be accessible or value in the sense this member or this member. That member can be a variable or method or anything. Where this member can be visible or accessible will be decided by the access specifiers. In Java, we have we have three types of access specifiers. One is private, another one is public, third one is protected. Okay, we have three types of access specifiers. In addition to that, we will see till now whatever we wrote, some of the functions, if you see subclass or anything, did I write anything before this display? There is no access specifiers among those three, right? If you don't write anything, that we call it as default. Okay? There is nothing like default, but if you are not anything, if you are not writing anything, that we consider it as default. Okay? There is no need to mention anything explicitly like public and private for default. Okay? Explicitly, if you want to mention, you write any one of these three. Otherwise, if you don't write anything, that will be considered like default. Now the question comes is, if I declare a private members, that means a variable or method as private, where can I access? If I declare a member as public, where can I access? If I declare a product, where can I access? If I don't declare anything, that means default, where can we access? Right? Now, we declared one member as private, we observed, like we cannot access it. So, whenever you write members as private, right, those members available to only in that class. Okay? So if you declare members as private, those you can access within that class only. So let me write another class to explain this. So here we will change that visibility to this protected or something, so that we will lose that error. Or we display here extend. Visibility of this two. This one also you make it as public, so that. So this package and import is clear. After that, we are going to see something called access specifier related. So I am going to create a package related to access specifiers. Okay. So we create.
About the package.
Yeah. Tell me.
So this package should be inside this SRC folder, right? It should
Yes.
be in the project. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Under SRC. Okay. So I am going to create a new package related to access specifiers. Okay. Access specifiers related package. Okay. Now inside that, I'm going to create a class to understand private. Okay. Private member class. Okay, inside that, what we will do is we will create some of the private members. Let the main be public. Okay. Now you guys understood, in addition to wide main, what and all are the static keys to access this one method. See, whatever we are going to write this will be run by whom? JVM, right? So JVM also wants to create, to start main method, it has to create object for this class, right? Without creating object for this class, if they want to access this main method using class name, okay, they can, because it is a static. So first thing is JVM to access your main method without creating object, they made it as a static. Okay, so it can access. After that, that JVM is also a program available in some other package or some different. Whatever we are writing is in different package. So how can it access? Using access specifies that is public. Why they made it public? There won't be any relation between our class and JVM. Okay? That's why they made it public. Public members can be accessible by anyone in anywhere. Okay? Now, for understanding private one, I am going to write a private int x equal to 10. I declare a private member and void display 1 sysout from display 1. Okay, I am going to write this as private. What happens we'll see. Okay, now similarly I have a method void display 2 also, which is private. Okay, now here if I want to call, how to call? Always how to call? Object is required, right? So I am creating an object private members class PMC equal to new and this one. Okay, using, as I said some time back, private members are accessible only within that class. Here, where this member, where is it available? This main available in the same class. All these are members of the same class. So this guy can access these also, but those are non-static. This is a static. So it need an object PMC dot display one. It can access. Similarly, PMC dot display 2 it can access. Is it clear till this place?
Yes.
Anyone has any doubts? Similarly, if I want to access X also I can access here. Okay, using object name PMC.X. Okay, similarly, inside display 1, if I want to access this X, is it possible? Yes, absolutely fine. Because both are members of the same class, right? So here also you can write accessing that X. Okay, similarly you can access same X here also, because object is not required, both are non-static members of the same class. Similarly, if I want to call display 1 also in display 2, it is absolutely fine, no issue, because both are of same class. Okay, even though private, I can access because both are belonging to same class. And one more thing is, object is not required because both are non-static members of the same class. 1 second. Is it clear till here? So we can access all these here, display. So without any issue we can access these and we can run this also. Okay, now same members, this X, display 1 and display 2. If I want to access in some other class, is it possible or not? We will see. Okay, theoretically, we read like it is possible within the same class. So we have implemented a program and we are able to access those successfully without any issue. Now, similarly, if I want to access these private members in another class, this is access specifies demo. Private access demo. See, whatever the classes I'm creating, all those I'm creating under a separate package whose name is access specifies. That is the reason first statement I'm getting package. Okay, what is the package name? Okay, now I want to access those methods here. How shall we do? Through inheritance or through object creation? That can be anything. Okay. If you want, you extend it, or if you want, you create an object for that. That is up to you, how you will access. Okay? So PMC equal to new private. Okay, I created the object. Successfully, I can create object. After that, now PMC dot, if I try, is it showing here display method or anything? Are you guys able to see? See. Here equals get class hash code notify all to string wait, like this so many it is showing, but it is not showing our display or p variable or display 2 method or display 1 method. Reason is those are not available to other class. Okay, so always private members you can access only within that class. Is it clear? Now, so if you want, just we can write here PMC right display 1, it will show error. Okay, it is not allowed. Now, if you do extends, what happens? Extend means here those are non-static. So if you have a method void show void